All right, Ms. Wilsham, you're charged.
Hold up. Right off the bat. 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine for driving while intoxicated? That's some serious business. But here's the kicker. M. Wilmer has a second charge related to hitting an unattended vehicle. How's that gonna play out in the courtroom? Stay tuned.
For driving while intoxicated, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. I see that you're also charged with failure to comply with the duty and striking an unattended vehicle as well. You're also facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine on that one as well. Okay.
On October 31st of 2024, officers received a call for service regarding an intoxicated female driving a white BMW that hit several vehicles on a public roadway. Upon arrival, officer made contact with the wheel witness, who advised that—
Okay, this is where things get interesting. Her wife is saying it was the defendant driving. But here's the big question. Can the wife's word alone be used as definitive proof? Plus, there's no witness identifying the defendant as the driver. So, is that enough to tie her to the crime? Or is this just speculation?
the defendant hit a Subaru on the 11700 block of Idlebrook in Harris County, Texas. Officers searched the license plate on the defendant's vehicle and it went to the registered owner's address. Upon arriving at the residence, officer observed a white BMW matching the description and noticed fresh damage on the front passenger side of the vehicle. Officer made contact with the defendant's wife, who stated the last person operating the motor vehicle was the defendant. Upon contact with the defendant, she admitted to hitting a vehicle. HGN was attempted, but the defendant was unable to follow simple directions and the officer was unable to get accurate results, and the defendant refused other SFSTs. DICs were read but refused and a blood warrant was signed and executed. Officers made contact with the complainant, the owner of the hit motor vehicle, whose back bumper has been scratched and detached from the car as a result of the collision. No prior criminal history, Judge, and eligible driver's license.
How do you know it was her that was driving?
The license plate matched the one that
Yeah, I understand. Do we have anyone that puts her in the car driving?
the witness, Judge,
Actually sees it's her?
no, but the witness sees the license plate and gets a description of the vehicle, and when officers search the license.
Now, we're looking at some refusal tactics here. She's refusing breath tests, refusing SFSDs, standard field sobriety tests. And that's raising some eyebrows. But remember, refusing a breath test in Texas is a big deal. It can trigger a mandatory blood test. And that's a whole other ballgame.
Search the license plate, it went to their address.
I know it's her car, but
Yes.
do you have anyone that identifies her as a driver? Number one, they get her at the house. How do we know she's not consuming alcohol right when she gets to the house? She doesn't become DWI, or she's not drinking at the house. There's a lot of issues. Yeah.
You might give me a couple moments and we'll
Take your time.
look at that.
You want to come back a little bit later? You want like 10 minutes?
Even less, Judge, I'm just gonna check the offense report and see what I got.
Yeah.
Life is okay. Thank you, Judge.
You've got A, you've got C, but you don't have B yet.
Yes,
you know?
Judge, no, we understand.
So I have several issues with this, Michael. First off, how do you prove it was her driving? Number one. Number two, how do we know she was DWI at the time she was?
Well, the defendant is backpedaling here, admitting to some things and denying others. First, she says she was drinking but didn't hit anyone. Then it's the opposite. This is classic shifting stories in a DWI case. So, how does the jury handle this mess of admissions and contradictions?
Driving and not she gets home and she just starts getting loaded.
Yes, Judge, I have answers to both of those questions for you.
Okay.
So the defendant driving the vehicle strikes somebody on the highway. I'll connect that later on. They find the license plate because the witnesses, I give them the license plate. They run it. The registered owner of the vehicle is the defendant. They go to her house. Her wife answers the door. Her wife states the defendant's the last person that drove the vehicle. Okay. The defendant was contacted. She admits to driving the vehicle and striking somebody on the highway.
Okay.
And she admits, I'm sorry. She first admits that she was driving and drinking, but she did not admit to striking somebody on the highway. Later on, when she gets to JPC, she admits, okay, I was drinking, but I didn't strike somebody on the highway. So she has multiple inconsistencies.
The witness identification issue. This is crucial, folks. No solid ID, no airtight case. It's like they're saying, well, she could have been driving, but how do we know? Without a concrete ID or video evidence, this one's looking like a he said, she said situation.
Statements. First, she says, yes, I struck somebody, but I wasn't drinking. Then she goes to JPC and then she says, right before they do the blood draw, because she declines the breath test and they say, okay, we're going to get a warrant. We're going to get your blood anyways and know your alcohol content. She says, okay, well, I was drinking, but I didn't strike somebody on the highway. And I wasn't driving.
Okay.
But the witness identifies.
The failure, right, to the FSGI.
Well, she admits to drinking, Judge, while driving.
That in and of itself is not sufficient. You know, at the time, we don't know. Does she have bloodshot eyes, slurred speech? Do we know? All we have is just one admission of drinking. That's it.
So one of the witnesses, Judge, that observed her strike the vehicle, because they did observe her in the vehicle after the strike before she left. She states in a voluntary statement, older white lady in BMW, acting crazy, rear ends a Subaru, got out of the car, slurring her speech, barefoot, stating she was trying to get home.
You give me any indication that she leads you to,
Yes, Judge.
just to believe that she's intoxicated, that you have objective facts, that's something else.
There's a written statement in the offense report, Judge, from a witness.
Counsel, did you want to state anything?
Number one, Judge.
Did you want to say anything?
No, Judge, I mean, I just agree with you. I think it's hard, again, put her behind the vehicle. They say they have a witness. The witness never really ID'd her, gave her just kind of a description, but didn't really ID and say, you know, the officer never brought her to the scene, that's the person, or anything like that.
Two different admissions, though. That's how we connect that, right? And then my other concern was whether she was intoxicated, right? Because we have a disconnect there, but we have witnesses that see her in a certain way that will lead us to believe as to why. So, all right.
She's going to dispute that she admitted.
Sure.
Judge, but still,
This is just a mere probable cause hearing, right? Just to determine whether there's enough to go forward. It by no means does it mean that you're guilty, just enough to go forward. Is it enough to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? Perhaps not. Perhaps, I don't know. You know, evidence will point to whose side is correct, because I wasn't there. Mr. Caraba wasn't there. Michael wasn't there. But evidence will lead us to believe. I mean, there should be videos, dash cam, you know, videos of you on the night in question, and all that will tell us whose side is correct.
Here's the judge going full tough love on a CDL holder with alcohol in their vehicle. In legal terms, commercial drivers are held to a higher standard. Their breath test limit is lower, and the consequences? More severe. It's a harsh reminder that your actions can cost you your livelihood, especially if you're behind the wheel of a commercial vehicle.
It will take a while, but in the interim, don't consume alcohol. Don't use illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Michael, do you see any prior DWIs?
Checking now, Judge.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your
Yes.
name? Okay. As long as you have both, you can continue to drive. But like I said, no alcohol, no illegal drugs.
She's got no criminal history, Judge, and her
Okay.
driver's license is currently eligible.
All right. So for now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with counsel, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't pick up any new cases. Don't use. Stay in touch with counsel, and we're good. Give me questions. All right. We'll have you sign a wreath of Victoria. We'll have you get with pretrial, and then you're free to go after.
If I
Thank
may
you,
say
Judge.
one thing, I like your jacket.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
You are a licensed truck driver and have a CDL. You allegedly have alcohol in the car. You are held to a higher standard because you have a CDL. In fact, your breath tests are even lower than what a normal person is because of a CDL. And now you want me to just cut you some slack? Every person that comes in here, when they have alcohol in the car, I take away their ability to drive. Actions have consequences, and I understand that this is going to cost you big, but am I supposed to feel bad? Until I truly know that you appreciate the fact that the awesome privilege it is to be able to drive. I'm sorry. Show me that you understand and that you appreciate the ability to drive, and then I'll reconsider. But I have a real problem considering even that you have a CDL, you have alcohol in the car allegedly while you're driving. No. Take a seat for me. Show me some time that he appreciates it and not this, oh, I feel better now. I'm like, no. Proactivity that he appreciates it. Come back and we can talk.
Yes, sir.
It's not a hard line, and I'm not, we're not out for blood forever. It's just, I want to know that he appreciates it. It's not going to be an issue ever again. And then,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Thank you, Judge.
for sure.
All right, Judge.
All right. Good morning. Are you familiar with what happened? Do you know anything about this case? First off, let me say thank you for coming. I appreciate that you're here. He's charged with driving while intoxicated. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We've done probable cause. I have found that probable cause exists. Do you want to hear it? Okay. Do you mind again, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thanks.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of a freeway in Harris County, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway, and driving with expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. Officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw partially smoked.
A 17-year-old who's in trouble for marijuana use? The judge isn't cutting any slack, but they're also offering a lifeline. It's not all about punishment. It's about making sure this kid gets back on track with their education and doesn't fall deeper into the system. Will this be the turning point or another pitfall?
Marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant to show a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage. 5 out of 8 walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 one leg stand. DICs were red, and the defendant consented to breath and blood. The breath was 0.00, and blood was drawn. The defendant does not have a driver's license.
That's what's happened. No more marijuana. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I will revoke your bond. You do not have a Texas driver license. You are not allowed to drive. I am also making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Sir.
You are 17 years old. You have your life ahead of you. You are doing nothing at this point when you should be, at a minimum, in high school trying to get your degree. I'm now also making that a condition of your bond. You are to get back into high school or get your GED. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you have done to start that. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, sir.
He lives with you.
He actually does. He actually lives with me now, but he just got here like 2 weeks, like maybe a couple weeks ago. So he's been living with his grandparents out of Victoria.
Okay.
He's not even from there.
Is he behaving with you? Okay.
The whole point has been kind of like a problem with him living down there. So that's why I got him to try to get him down.
Has he been having a lot of issues down there?
Not that I know of. I don't know of the issues down there. I'm just becoming aware. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like connected and trying to make everything right now.
This is not a good way to start through your life. You look high as hell right now, Mr. Cuellar. I mean, I want you to start working on your education, and I'm going to keep you extremely close to me. I'm going to make sure that you do not pick up any new cases, and the system is not going to fail you here. Do you understand? If I have to keep putting you in jail to make sure to get you to understand, we're going to do that. but you will leave here a success. You're not going to leave here worse off than you came.